Hi everyone, Captain Wild Bill here with Real Outlaw Charters and Matrix Shad, coming to you once again with some tips and techniques that I hope you'll find helpful fishing the Mississippi Sound and our estuaries over here along the Mississippi coast. Today I want to talk to you about a rig that I find interesting called the Chalmette Rig. The Chalmette Rig. The Chalmette Rig was invented by John Miller. I saw him on YouTube. He's a good friend of mine. He fishes the Biloxi Marsh, the Chalmette area, Lake Bourne, Pontchartrain. Very good fisherman, very successful. And the first component of the Chalmette rig is a Lindy weight. Well, we don't have Lindy weights here, so I made one. A swivel, piece of leader material, threw a couple of beads, 3 1/4-ounce worm weights, the bead on the end back through and crimped, and I've got that inside a piece of 1/2 inch shrink tubing and shrunk down to fit. It's about 3 inches long, 3/4 of an ounce heavy, and I think it'll be perfect for the areas I'm planning on fishing. On that, you put it on your main line. On the end of your main line, you have a swivel. On the end of that swivel, I've got about 12 inches of leader material, about 17-pound test, and then we go to a very important floating jig head. Floating jig head. Where do you get a floating jig head? Well, I used a popper that I tie flies with, a 1/0 hook, and I think it's important to use contrasting colors when fishing tandem rigs, and I've got that on a limbo slice matrix shad. Off the end of that hook, actually the eye of the hook, I've got another 12-inch piece of leader material, the loop knot, and a finesse owner 1/0 hook through a light colored UV or magneto matrix shad. Very important, once again, to use contrasting colors on tandem rigs. So the idea is to cast out the rig. The weight will hit the bottom. The floating jig head will float behind the weight about 12 inches off the bottom. The trailer will float, will actually sink down. This hook is heavy enough to sink this bait. It'll flutter down. As you pop this bait one time, the floating jig head will go to the bottom, cause the trailer to jump up and sink back down with some action there. John says he has most of his hits off the trailer hook, and I believe this will be great around our reefs in about 8 foot of water. Shells, oyster shells, sand bottom, and short grass. I'm excited to use it, and look forward to some really good reports on this rig this coming spring. You can make one of these too, it's not that hard, and we'll see you on the water. Tight lines, Bill out.